And there is growing backlash and excitement for what's shaping up to be a transatlantic fight over Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's sit down with Oprah Winfrey.
Meghan Markle didn't expect this rejection. After gaining worldwide sympathy from her explosive 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey, she reportedly approached the media mogul again with a new idea, a second interview to address recent controversies. But instead of the warm reception she hoped for, sources say Meghan was given a polite but firm no. For someone used to shaping her own story, this refusal wasn't just a minor setback. It was a major blow to her media plans. Worse yet, it hinted that even her strongest supporters might be growing tired of her. This marks the first, and perhaps most damaging, sign of trouble.
That will be seen right here on CBS. In an apparent siding with the royal family, the British media are suggesting it's insensitive to air such an explosive interview while Prince...
Insiders close to Harpo Productions reveal that Oprah Winfrey is quietly distancing herself from the ongoing drama surrounding the Sussexes. This isn't because she dislikes Meghan Markle. Rather, the potential downsides now seem greater than the benefits. Their headline-making 2021 interview attracted millions of viewers and dominated social media, but it also sparked intense backlash. Oprah has spent decades building her reputation on trust and influence. In Hollywood, every high-profile connection comes with consequences, and she understands the stakes better than anyone.
Outside Buckingham Palace with the very latest.
I wasn't even allowed to have that conversation with you personally, right? There had to be people from the comments sitting there. Everything was...
There were other people in...
Stepping away from a sinking ship isn't just strategy, it's survival. For Meghan Markle, this wasn't about simply having another chat with Oprah. It was a necessity. Industry insiders suggest a push for a follow-up interview wasn't meant to share fresh revelations, but rather to contain the damage from her past 2 turbulent years. Her Spotify deal collapsed. The Netflix partnership is on shaky ground. Public support in both the UK and parts of the US has been slipping. According to reports, Meghan saw another high-profile Oprah interview as a golden opportunity, a prime-time reset button to reshape her narrative and reclaim control. But Oprah's refusal wasn't just a rejection. It was a door slamming shut.
Several attempts to see his grandmother.
Yes, and I think that was such an important story to be shared last night. In the process of trying to edit this 3 hours and 20 minutes down to an...
The entire plan collapsed in an instant. Oprah's rejection wasn't just about losing one opportunity. It shook the Sussexes' PR strategy to its core. For years, Meghan and Harry have depended on a small circle of influential allies to provide them with international platforms. Oprah wasn't merely an interviewer. She served as their megaphone, credibility booster, and protective barrier. Without her support, the couple now faces their growing criticism with one less defense. More troubling, this rejection signals that their protective network may be crumbling. There was a time when Meghan was the most sought-after interview in media, a guaranteed ratings bonanza that would dominate news cycle for weeks. But the landscape has shifted. Today, another Oprah special wouldn't carry the same prestige. It would likely be viewed differently by both the public and media insiders.
Question to be answered here at the end of this show will be, why did they leave? And I think the stories about being blindsiding the Queen were very, very damaging to them and also hurtful because they understood very clearly that
the writing is on the wall. Another interview would simply be seen as repetitive, and Oprah's refusal to participate speaks volumes. Meghan's once powerful media appeal is clearly fading. In Hollywood, when your star power dims, so does your influence. This brings us to the fifth and most damaging setback. The entertainment industry is losing interest in Meghan Markle at an alarming rate. Deals are collapsing. Projects sit unmoving. The initial excitement surrounding her celebrity status has worn off. One anonymous entertainment executive put it bluntly, the magic has faded. People are bored with the same old narrative. In an industry that thrives on constant reinvention, this is essentially a death sentence. Oprah's rejection doesn't just reflect this harsh reality. It broadcasts it to the entire industry like a flashing warning sign. According to insiders close to the Sussexes, Meghan's reaction to Oprah's refusal was nothing short of volcanic.
Following many months of conversations and more recent discussions, I am pleased that together we have found constructive and supportive way forward for my grandson and his family. So the Queen on January 18th actually said that there'd been months of conversation.
According to insiders, Meghan viewed Oprah's refusal as a personal betrayal, believing former allies had succumbed to negative media narratives rather than supporting her. This isn't merely a professional setback. It cuts much deeper. Oprah's decision carries particular weight because it doesn't represent some anonymous corporate choice, but rather a very visible signal that one of Meghan's most powerful supporters is no longer willing to stake her reputation on the Duchess. In Hollywood's cutthroat ecosystem, such high-profile distancing creates a ripple effect. When an icon like Oprah steps back, the entire industry takes notice. Agents, publicists, fashion collaborators, and even charitable organizations begin quietly re-evaluating their connections. The unspoken question becomes, if Oprah won't take the chance, why should we? This chilling effect is already materializing, with several of Meghan's planned media ventures for late 2025 reportedly being reconsidered. What began as a single rejection now threatens to snowball into a broader industry retreat.
And when she sees them, and it seems to come back to something that Meghan pointed out early, that there's the family and then there's the institution. And you were constantly trying to probe the difference between the two. What did you take away from that?
I took away from that there are, as Harry just indicated, there are
multiple projects featuring Meghan have allegedly been put on hold without clear rescheduling dates. While no one in the industry will say it openly, behind closed doors, executives now approach potential collaborations with noticeable caution rather than excitement. The lingering shadow of that first explosive interview continues to haunt opportunities. The 2021 Oprah special broke viewership records and dominated global conversations, but its complicated legacy persists. Many of the couple's claims face intense media scrutiny, with some narratives failing to withstand fact-checking. Meghan's subsequent silence on these disputed points has allowed skepticism to grow. Industry insiders suggest this history makes a follow-up interview risky business. Rather than offering redemption, it would likely revive uncomfortable questions. For Oprah, whose reputation rests on journalistic integrity, the potential damage to her own credibility may have outweighed any benefits. This isn't merely a missed opportunity, it's a turning point. When a media titan like Oprah declines, the message reverberates across Hollywood. The rejection speaks volumes about shifting perceptions and the challenges of sustaining a public narrative over time.
Hierarchical structure, and those people have a lot of influence and also input.
You get you mentioned last night, Oprah, that you watch The Crown. I do too. You get a sense of that in The Crown, that actually there is almost kind of like a deep state within the monarchy that actually runs the monarchy.
Oprah's rejection sends a powerful message to other top-tier media figures, from Gayle King to Ellen DeGeneres to Trevor Noah. When someone of Oprah's stature backs away, it creates an unspoken industry alert. This story carries too much risk. In exclusive media circles, such judgment spread rapidly, often becoming accepted wisdom almost overnight. The potential consequences are stark. The same A-list talk shows that once welcomed Meghan may soon become inaccessible. This isn't simply about losing one interview opportunity. It reveals a significant shift in her career trajectory. Meghan's post-royal brand was carefully constructed on two key foundations: her compelling personal narrative and the celebrity influence to command global attention. Now, both of these pillars appear to be weakening simultaneously.
I think they agreed to do it, wanted to do it, were ready to do it, because when you have been lied about for a series of years, I think anybody, you can understand this if...
Losing Oprah support strikes at the core of Meghan's brand. Without that high-profile platform, she risked becoming just another face in Hollywood's relentless cycle of fame. In an industry obsessed with relevance, a declining star can quickly find themselves sidelined. For years, Meghan carried herself with the assurance of someone whose public persona seemed untouchable. The 2021 Oprah interview solidified her as a household name, a figure of global intrigue. But Oprah's recent refusal hints at a more troubling reality. Meghan's star power is no longer unshakable. Once that invincibility fades, every misstep carries greater weight. Every critique cuts deeper. Every PR stumble becomes harder to recover from. This shift might seem gradual, but in Hollywood, it's perilous. The moment people no longer hesitate to reject you, your clout is already slipping away.
If in your own office or in your own family, somebody is saying things about you that are not true, and how hurtful that is, or if you're online and you read the comments from something that somebody has said about you and you continue to see those comments,
Though neither side has made public statements, industry insiders reveal Meghan envisioned this follow-up interview as both a redemption arc and potential launchpad for new ventures. Oprah's team reportedly identified multiple concerns: lingering controversies, audience fatigue, and a cultural climate far less receptive than during their 2021 collaboration. The divide goes beyond personal dynamics to fundamental brand differences. Oprah built her empire on inspirational storytelling and empowerment, while Meghan's recent public narrative has increasingly focused on grievances and rebuttals, a tone that clashes with Oprah's uplifting message. The consequences are immediate and severe. Without access to Oprah's prestigious platform, Meghan faces limited options. Major networks appear reluctant to greenlight favorable specials, particularly as ratings indicate waning public interest. This forces consideration of smaller outlets with less sympathetic interviewers and reduced production control, a dangerous downgrade for any high-profile figure. In Hollywood's merciless ecosystem, such compromised media access creates a devastating perception shift, from cultural icon to fading star desperately clinging to relevance. The industry's unspoken rule proves brutally clear: your value equals your last rating success. Meghan's appeal to media companies always depended on her unmatched ability to command worldwide attention, whether positive or negative. But when that attention stops generating reliable ratings or business opportunities, her value quickly turns into risk. Oprah's rejection may reflect simple brand preservation rather than personal loyalty. In this ruthless calculation, Meghan's potential downsides now appear greater than her benefits. There's painful irony in this reversal. The same Oprah platform that once symbolized Meghan's media dominance, her golden ticket to shaping her story, has now become the instrument that confirms a declining influence. The refusal itself tells a story Meghan desperately wants to change: that the Sussex brand is losing its luster, its supporters, and its cultural relevance. Time is running short. Without a strategic reinvention, Meghan risks transitioning from front-page news to industry-warning story. As we witness the unraveling of a meticulously built media presence, one critical question emerges: what comes next? Is this the start of the Sussex brand's decline, a dramatic downfall driven by overambition, strategic missteps, and an obsession with controlling a narrative that's slipping away? Or will Meghan defy expectations once again, forging new alliances and engineering a comeback as bold as her ambitions? One thing is undeniable: Oprah's rejection isn't just a lost interview opportunity. It's a defining moment in the world of celebrity influence, revealing that even the most powerful figures can overextend their reach. And it forces us to ask, how much longer can Meghan keep reshaping her story before reality, whatever it may be, catches up with her? If you've been hooked on every twist in this royal drama, this is a turning point you won't want to miss. So, what's your take? Is Meghan's star power dimming for good? Or is she quietly plotting her next big move? Let us know in the comments. Share this with anyone who followed the Sussex saga, and subscribe for more unfiltered royal updates. Because if there's one certainty with Meghan Markle, it's this: the story is far from over.